Are you tired of all the confusion when it comes to weight loss? Are you tired of all the mixed messages and some people saying this and some people saying that? What do you really have to do to lose weight? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the 3 simple things that you need to do in order to lose weight and keep it off. What's up guys, Ryan here, founder of TreadawayTraining.com, where we help busy professionals get more results in less time, guaranteed. Now before we jump into today's topic, I will ask you one thing. If you've been watching the videos and you've been enjoying them, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help out the channel and I definitely really appreciate it. Now let's jump right into today's topic. Now I get it, weight loss can be confusing. There's so many messages out there. You have one group of people saying that you have to eat high fat, low carb in order to lose weight. You have another group of people that are saying that you have to eat high carb, low fat. You have another group of people that's saying no, neither of you are right. It's all about the combinations of foods that leads to weight loss. And then you still have another group that says no, it's all about the sugar, or it's all about the gluten, or whatever the case might be. You have so many different things out there. What do you really need to do? Well, the first step is very simple, and I have a feeling in the back of your head you already know what I'm about to say, and that is simply just to eat fewer calories than you burn in a day. Some people will say that calories in, calories out didn't work for them, and that they tried to eat fewer calories than they were burning and it didn't result in fat loss. And to that I say, well, you simply weren't eating few enough calories. By definition, if you are not losing weight, that means you are not eating fewer calories than you're burning. So simply eat fewer calories and it's going to result in fat loss. And you might hear that and think, well, I have no clue where to even start. How many calories do I need to eat a day? And what I'll do is I'll simply link a calculator down in the description below. If you click on that, it's going to ask you a few questions. It's going to ask you for your gender, your age, your weight, your height, and your activity level, and it's going to give you an estimated calorie target. And I want to emphasize there the estimation part. It is an estimate. It is not going to tell you exactly how many calories you need to eat, because you can have two different people who are the same size, same age, same activity level, but they might have very, very different caloric needs, nutrition needs. So what I want you to do is I want you to go with that estimated calorie target that it gives you, and then if you aren't losing weight after a week or so, then just simply drop the calories down a little bit and then kind of track from there to see if you are or are not losing weight. Step 2 is also very simple. Eat more protein. Studies have shown time and time again that high protein diets result in faster weight loss and more of that weight that is lost coming from body fat versus low protein diets. What will happen is if you're eating a low protein diet, you'll lose weight, but a decent amount of the weight that you're losing will come from lean body mass. And that's not what we want, obviously. We obviously want to lose body fat. And what's gonna happen when you eat a high protein diet is, one, your metabolism is gonna have a slight bump up. And the reason for that is protein is very thermogenic. And what that means is it takes our bodies a little bit more effort to break down protein, and it's gonna waste a little bit of those calories in the process of trying to break down the protein versus carbs and fat. And the other thing is that it's going to help preserve lean body mass, which we've already touched on. When we're dieting, we definitely do not want to lose lean body mass, because when we lose lean body mass, our metabolism is gonna take a hit and we're gonna require less calories to maintain our body weight, so it's gonna make that diet less effective because our caloric needs have now dropped. Now I'm about to ruffle some feathers, but I'm gonna also settle this whole high fat versus low fat debate right here. There are studies that show that if you have two different diets with the same amount of calories and the same amount of protein, it doesn't matter if it's a high fat diet or a high carb diet. I mean, whichever way you want to go with carbs and fats is really up to personal preference in whichever way you're going to be able to stick to the diet. Again, I'll say it one more time. If your calories and your protein are the same, it doesn't matter if you're eating a higher fat diet or a higher carb diet, as long as you keep those two variables where they need to be. And if we're combining this higher protein diet with resistance training, then there's a good chance that you're going to be actually putting on some muscle and beefing up your lean body mass, which is going to boost that metabolism up even a little bit more. And that leads me into the third tip, which is to lift weights. You need to be lifting weights if you are on a fat loss diet, period. There will be some people that say you only need to lift light weights, or that you don't need to lift weights at all because it's going to hamper your weight loss goals. This is horrible advice. You must be lifting weights if you are on a fat loss diet. It's going to help put on some muscle, which is going to help speed up the metabolism. It's going to keep your metabolism from dropping as much over the course of the diet. It's going to lead to more fat loss, which is the key here. We want to lose more fat. And one of the reasons why people are afraid to lift weights is it will slow down the number on the scale a little bit, because you have to think about it. If we're losing fat, but we're also gaining a little bit of lean body mass, you take the lean body mass that we've gained and subtract that from the fat that we've lost, and that number that drops on the scale is a little bit lower. But we have to keep in mind here that the goal is to lose fat. Even though the scale won't move quite as fast, you will be losing fat faster. Keep that in mind. The goal here is fat. And the key here is to track the progress. So you want to be taking a daily weigh-in. You want to weigh first thing in the morning. You want to do that before you get dressed, before you eat or drink anything, and after you use the bathroom. It's going to give you the most accurate weight, and it's going to eliminate as many variables as possible. And don't focus too much on any single day's weigh-in. We want to look at the trend. We want to look at how things are trending over time. So really what I want you to think of it as is get a weekly average and compare that average to the previous week's average, and then we start to get a lot more accurate picture of how much weight we're losing. The second thing we want to do is to take a weekly waist measurement, and we want to do that under the same conditions as with our morning weigh-ins. We want to do it as soon as we wake up, before we get dressed, before we eat or drink anything, after we use the bathroom. So basically on that once a week that you're doing the waist measurement, just do it at the same time as your weigh-in. That'll be the easiest way to do it. And the reason why I stress a waist measurement is, like I said a moment ago, when you are gaining muscle, it will slow down that number on the scale just a little bit. And every once in a while I'll get a client who doesn't lose weight at all to start with, and this can be very scary to them. But the catch there is they will have lost a lot in their waist. They will have went down a couple inches in their waist without losing a single pound. So if you're not doing those weigh-ins, you won't realize that, hey, this diet actually is working. I actually am losing body fat, which is the key there. And the last thing is to take progress pictures. Now, I want you to do these once a month. Don't do them too often, because then you won't see any changes between the two pictures and it'll be a little bit discouraging. But don't wait too long, because then you'll miss changes in the middle that you'll wish you could see along the way. So make sure to take your progress pictures every month. Again, under those same conditions, make sure that it's in the morning before you eat or drink anything, after you use the restroom. And make sure that you do those under the same conditions as well, the same lighting, in front of the same wall, wearing the same thing as you took the previous progress pictures in. That's going to be it for this video today, guys. Fat loss really isn't as complicated as people make it out to be. Don't listen to all the noise, all the mixed messages. Don't listen to all the people trying to sell you supplements, all the people trying to get your money. Just make sure that you're eating fewer calories, make sure that you're eating high protein, make sure that you're lifting weight. And one final note that I will point out here, you may be wondering why I didn't even mention cardio. And this is actually something that I touched on in last week's blogcast. Cardio is not the basis of a good fat loss program. Cardio is the cherry on top of an already good fat loss program. So if you want to do some cardio to increase that calorie deficit, to increase the calories burned side of the equation, then go ahead and do that. But it's not the basis of your program. It's just extra on top of the program. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Again, make sure that you do drop a thumbs up on this video. It really helps out and I definitely appreciate it. If you have any comments, any questions, make sure to leave those down below. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. I'll be back Sunday on the Treadaway Training Blogcast, so make sure to join us over on treadawaytraining.com at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. As always, God bless you and your family, and I'll see you Sunday.